All praises to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who were well, and likewise elders. Shalom to the hopeful elect, Lord willing. This video is edifying. I was watching this video by Elder Manatazat Bar, and he's talking about Sakari, and these guys are going on about the so-called young women and whatever, and it's biblical for a young woman to have a family. I'm just gonna play a bit of it, and then I'm gonna get into the scriptures and some other videos.
A Western mentality, okay? We're not a Western mentality, and really, and what I mean by that is you guys are emotional over, a young woman of a marriageable age, excuse me, okay? Now, I'm just going to say straight away, and salakia to the brothers and sisters out there, if I happen to mention myself, if I talk about, anything pertaining to myself, because this video is not about me, but we're going to use examples, to the best of my ability. I use a couple of examples. For example, so these guys are in an uproar over young women, right? Not young girls. And nobody in GMS is into girls, man, okay? I myself, I'm damn 52 years old. My wife is 48, for goodness sake. So that's 4 years. So I guess you got me, Deacon. Right? If we was back in high school, that would make me, I'm in the 12th grade, and I guess my wife would be 4 years under me, so she would be in junior high, and I would be high school. So yeah, you got me, man. A dirty old guy with a wife 4 years younger than him. You got me, cuz it's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Okay? And the only thing being said is, in the kingdom of heaven, things are going to go back to normal, how men and women, right, when a woman gets to the age where she can have a husband, if she so desires, then she will.
I just want to emphasize that point. Things are going to go back to normal, because how Esau has got it, things are, of course, this is Exodus chapter 1 and 7. It says, the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. Even the Lord in Genesis said to go forth and multiply. That was the whole purpose of man. But under Esau's rule, you have women who are like 35, they ain't got no kids. And then when brothers are saying women are really meant to be having kids when they become women, when they're 15, 16, by the time they're 18, 19, 20, they should already have kids in a family. But this society and this system is so out of whack that that's not normal. You got a slave away to Esau's system, and you have all these things that are actually making people infertile. So it just shows that, this man is not a good custodian of the earth. And I'll just play a little bit of this just to put a little context on it.
Maybe endometriosis. Although I'm not trying for a baby, I still feel the pressure of the body clock. After all, pregnancy after the age of 35 historically has been called a geriatric pregnancy.
Yeah, embryology is not a glamorous world. I was just saying, we can't wear makeup or perfume or anything when we're actually doing stuff either, so...
Oh, that's interesting.
It's, you're not allowed nail varnish.
Why are you not allowed to put on makeup?
Because it's toxic to embryos. So if you just touch your face and then touch the dish, or you touch a microscope, it's also just about cleanliness. So this is an incubator.
70 years ago, the average woman had 5 children. Since then, the number has halved, as fertility rates continue to decline for women younger than 30. The most common age for women to give birth in the 1950s was in their early 20s. By 2050, over 3/4 of countries will not have high enough fertility rates to sustain population size over time. This will increase to 97% of countries by the year 2100. Considering how serious this problem is,
and the Lord talks about, let me get that scripture. I don't, hang on. No, I don't have it. This is Matthew 24 and 22. Except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sakes, those days shall be shortened. So Esau is basically telling on himself, man, if this man's allowed to rule, This is gonna be the amount of population that's having kids, man. This guy's putting forever chemicals in the food and in the environment. He's turning the frogs gay. He's turning men gay. This guy's Esau's a menace to society. When they made that movie, it really was about Esau, man. Esau's a menace to society. This guy really just destroyed everything his hand touched. He got like the opposite Midas, like the King Midas. Everything he touched turned to gold. Esau, like, everything he touched just turns to shit, man.
97% of countries by the year 2100. Considering how serious this problem is, it's strange that society too often sees infertility as a topic which concerns women alone.
It's absolutely not fair, and it really, really is centred around women.
And the problem in this society, right? Again, things, Lord willing, the law come back. We know the law coming back, but Lord willingly come back soon. Everything will go back to normal, because really the women weren't supposed to be running around like this, man. You got women talking about, I'm gonna play the market or whatever. It's like they want to go and have their experience, and then they want to settle down because this society's put them on a damn pedestal. I mean, look at this ugly ass Edomite, man. I fucking hate Edomite so much. But it's like, these people are just so stupid, man. It's like the Lord set up, the law perfectly for man to live by, and these people just want to do their own thing, and they've been doing their own thing for a while, and it ain't working. And you don't want to return to what's normal because you really believe you are the Lord, and you want to put a new set on things. Really, it's just part of their population agenda. But it's like these people are too stupid to actually understand that this is not how life is supposed to be. By the time, you get to this age, because she looked like she at least in her 40s, at least. I'd say mid to late 40s. She should be having grandkids at this age. She should be a damn grandma. She looked like a grandmother, let's be real. But a woman like this will have like a 6-year-old child, which just shows you how out of course, Esau has made things. We get a scripture, Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. And you keep watching the video, you find out that men have low fertility rates as well. And even animals. Esau, there's a bit in it where it talks about how animals are actually having lower fertility rates, which just shows you that all these forever chemicals that Esau's putting into the environment, all the plastics, all the little radioactive stuff he put into the atmosphere, this is actually affecting the fertility of the animals, man. This guy is a friggin' he's a mad scientist on the loose, man. And this is why every civilization on earth pretty much warned of Esau, man, and he had to be a vagabond on the earth, because everybody was looking to slay him because they knew he was just completely wicked, and just he's a beast, man. He's a damn beast, man.
So, so many issues that just seem to fall to the female because she essentially is carrying a child, I think. But this is just as much a man's issue. Because they are sort of widely ignored, they are even less aware of issues that could affect their fertility.
I was shocked.
And you brothers out there, take this with a pinch of salt. Them boxers that you're wearing that are strangling your balls, because back in the ancient days, we didn't wear stuff like boxers, but brothers will think that stuff's normal. It's not, man. First off, your arse is supposed to be clean. That toilet paper ain't clean your ass, which is why they're talking about boxers and all of that stuff. And these things, like this is why your balls hang away from your body, right? Because it's actually meant to be cool. The hotter your balls are, the lower your fertility is. The more trash you eat, the more sedentary your lifestyle, you're not exercising, all these things affect your fertility. And this is what Esau wants. He wants a bunch of lazy fat slobs. Ultimately, this is not something that even really happens to Jake like that. This is more happening to Edomites, man. Because Jake will be a fat slob, and Jake will still have sperm. I was watching, like, when you watch through the video, these Edomites, they got this guy had zero sperm. Like, he had zero viable sperm, and I've never heard anything like that, man. Jake tell his woman to come off birth control, and in a month she's pregnant. He's so funny, man. This is Hebrews 7:19. For the law made nothing perfect, but the bringing in of a better hope, by the which we draw nigh unto other one. So the law, the law ain't gonna make us perfect, right? But if we do follow the law, you know, we are gonna be perfect if you followed it perfectly, right? But the law is not gonna make you perfect if you follow it. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be closer to perfection than you would do following these people and their ways, which is just they're telling you right now their ways lead to death, man. You know, Esau can't even reproduce himself.
And that a third of fertility problems are due to the man, 1/3 due to the woman, and a third are due to both or unknown reasons. So it's true that women's fertility declines with age, but men also experience reproductive aging, with those over the age of 40 about half as fertile as those under 25.
But men just think, well, you know, there are celebrity men having babies at 80, and whilst that is true, men's fertility also does.
See, there you go. You're telling on yourself right now, because how many women who are 80 having kids? You know, Esau's a damn idiot, man. I'm sorry, man. This is just so stupid. See, what these women here did is, you know, they didn't want to be traditional. They said, fuck the patriarchy. They pretty much bought into Esau's thing, and now they didn't have kids because men are wising up to what women in this society are, and they're like, oh, hell no. Like, even this woman, she pretty, man, but it's like looking at an egg, it's like the 21st of September, and you look at an egg, and the egg look good, man. You know, it brown, speckle free, you know, and it goes off on it's the 21st of September, it goes off on the 23rd of September. You ain't gonna want to buy them eggs, man. You're gonna want to buy other egg. Now the other egg might not look as good, but it's the 21st of September, and this egg goes off, you know, on the 29th of September, or the 10th of October. You're gonna pick them younger eggs, man. You're not gonna want to put something close to its expiration date. She 31, man. She out of here. She by this age she should have had 2-3 kids by now. Already been married. But what she wanted to do was she wanted to concentrate on her career and ride rod, right? And I'm not even trying to get onto the woman. It's not even about that. But it's really Esau just putting these things out there, destroying his own economy to the point where people can't even have kids because they can't even afford it, because they're living with their parents, because you have a job that is not able to facilitate your life, because inflation is just out of control, because this man is a damn idiot that doesn't know how to run an economy, man. Yo, 2nd Esdras 5:8. There shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. And these children that are coming out, man, they're monsters, man. Like, I went to the gym the other day, and you have these little kids that, because I work in the afternoons, so I go gym in the morning before I go work. And you got these little kids, and there's like 20, 30 of them, and they're just standing there. They won't move out the way when you're walking. They're just looking at you as you walk. But I'll push the little kids out the way. I ain't got time for that. Like, if you're so stupid that you're going to stand there and you don't realize people need to get past you, and you can't put yourself in a way that allows traffic to roll through. These children, they got no brains, man, because they're being raised by little demons like her. You know, they're chasing a man away. The man don't want to deal with them because they're damn demons. They only want the kid anyway. And they're not going to teach them kids nothing, because they don't really have anything to teach them. Because if you were as smart as you think and you had any value to impart on someone, you would have imparted that value on yourself.
Time with age, toxins, pesticides, it's also lifestyle factors, you know, drinking, alcohol, certain recreational drugs, you know, even heat can affect sperm counts. So this is something which is a huge issue. And also, men have no idea. You know, they may have semen or an ejaculate, but they don't actually know if there is sperm there.
Do you know about Henry VIII, right? So he blamed his wives and actually cut off their heads if they didn't give him a child, and a male child, and so on. So this is not new, right? Men feel like when they're ready to have the child, they'll be good to go.
I spoke to 2 authors and researchers who believe that reproductive health effects are largely driven by a common cause, the presence of hormone-altering chemicals, also known as forever chemicals.
So fertility is declining probably faster in wildlife than in humans. It's not just us. And obviously, those species are not choosing to delay their childbearing or choosing to use contraception. So every living being on the planet has.
What's that?
You just noticed I got it last year.
No, not that.
Words.
Looks like a nationwide card.
Yeah, I thought you'd know that, Dad.
Why them and not me?
Just feels good to bank somewhere that's owned by its members, rather than someone like you.
Missed me.
Because we're owned by our members, we put members first. Nationwide, a good way to bank.
Yeah, okay.
As facing these exposures.
New research reveals that many common UK food items contain forever chemicals or PFA pesticides. According to a Pesticide Action Network UK analysis, strawberries topped the list for forever chemicals. 95% sampled contained PFAs. Doctors say more research is needed to test suspected links between some PFAs and health problems like infertility. Most women now have their first child from the age of 32. New figures from the Office for National Statistics show that in Britain, a record of 56% of women are childless at 30, compared with just 42% in their mother's generation. So we know that women are having children a lot later, even though egg quantity and quality decreases over time. But there's another important part to this. Men's sperm levels are also on a decline.
The rate of decline of sperm count has doubled since 2000. So that's pretty dramatic. We're approaching the point of being below replacement. So replacement is 2.1 children per couple in their lifetime, woman or couple. And in several countries with very low fertility rates, like South Korea and Singapore and so on, they are actually paying people to have children. They're giving them apartments, they're giving them tax breaks, and it doesn't change at all. It doesn't work.
Esau, man. The great genius of the earth. Proverbs 12 and 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. And what's counsel? The scriptures, man. The scriptures tell you to be fruitful and multiply. It tells you how women are supposed to be. You're supposed to be with one man, and that's supposed to be your man. And you're supposed to listen to him. And most men want what's best for their family, right? These women just want to do whatever they want to do, and Esau out there telling these women to do whatever they want to do, and you want to follow Esau's way, who's a damn reprobate. He's a fool, and this is where it gets you. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. So this man is really showing his contempt for the people, man. Because if he really cared about the people, he wouldn't have these policies that's destroying his own people. He wouldn't have these chemicals and stuff like this that he's actually putting out into the world. He spend a little bit more money to create something of value. Like you can have things in glass bottles and they're recyclable, but Esau says no, we want things in plastic. And plastic is not as recyclable as glass, but it costs more money to recycle glass, and it's all about money with this man. Proverbs 19 and 10. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. And this is what Esau is, man. He's that servant, and a woman is a servant. Now you have these servants who are ruling over princes, and princes really, first and foremost, is the men, the men of Israel. But men in general are supposed to have women as servants, and it's not to say you're gonna rule them in wickedness. Now you have the weakest people make the worst rulers, man. The weaker you are, the more wicked you are. Actually, when you're strong, you grow up learning how to be strong and how to use your strength to help people. When you grow up weak, you kind of grow up envious of people who are strong, and then when you get any level of strength or rule or authority, you actually don't know how to deal with it because you've not been. It's not in your DNA to be like that. At the end of the day, the Lord has set things up for it to be the way it is. You're not supposed to have weak people ruling. You're not supposed to have servants ruling, and ultimately, the Lord has done this so you can see what not to do. Because you can look at Esau's kingdom and know this is not how you're supposed to rule a kingdom, man. Proverbs 12 and 23. The prudent keep their knowledge to themselves, but a fool's heart blurts out folly. So this man, instead of instead of you know ruling rightly, you know, he puts out all this folly into the world, talking about feminism, transgenderism. You know, you got kids. I read one article where there's a high number of children having sex changes and stuff like that. I mean, this is folly. This is a fool's heart blurting out folly, man. You know, when you have knowledge, as much as brothers go out on the highways and byways and preach the gospel, we're not going around, you know, throwing this down people's throats, because we understand this is sacred. We don't cast pearls to swine. You can't be telling everyone about the gospel. It's not to say we don't go out and we try to convert brothers, but at the end of the day, we don't go to the job site and we're talking about, oh, you see an Edomite, oh, you don't do none of that, man. You keep that knowledge to yourself. You know, you know when to draw your weapon and when to sheath your weapon, man, and that's wisdom. This is the NLT version of that. I'll leave off with this. It isn't right for a fool to live in luxury or for a slave to rule over princes. And ultimately, this is what the problem in this world is, man. You have slaves acting like they're princes, and they're not fit to rule. So everything they touch is just like it's like a slave mentality, man. You don't know what to do in a big house. You know what I mean? You come in there like a kid. You just want to touch everything and just destroy everything, because really it's not your place. You're supposed to be in a shed. Esau's supposed to be in a damn shed, man. You know, even the elder brought out the other day, you know, how much more he that is you know, Jake is basically esteemed in a lower estate. How much more when he's in his right estate? I mean, Esau is in his right estate, and people hate him, man. Here you are, you're the rich man, and everyone hates you, and people love the poor man. How much more will they love the poor man when he's rich? So it just shows you that these people are not meant to rule. You know, yeah, Lord willing, this video is edifying. You know, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honors to the elders and apostles of James who were well, and likewise elders, Shalom, to the hopeful elect, Shalom.